All right, Mets fans, we are live in the bottom of the ninth right now as the New York Mets tied it up 3-3 in the bottom of the eighth as they revisited our old friend Jose Butto. A big reason why I was not sad to see him go. Yay, he's a career-long Met, but that's a short career. Hell's Bells lights it up in the eighth, gave us a little bit of a scare, but at the end of the day, throwing 101 at multiple pitches with that devastating breaking ball, getting out of it with 3 strikeouts as we are live right now with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth inning. Luis Torrens is up. I figured I'd come to you guys live because what is better than late inning baseball right now as he goes down 0-2. A lot of news coming out throughout the day. I'm a little surprised Cedric Mullins isn't in the lineup, something that I tweeted out earlier on today. It is what it is. Supposedly got in late. He was here in the clubhouse. Maybe a pinch hitting option as Torrens grounds it out to shortstop. The flip from short to first, 2 away. Dan will be joining us very shortly, I'm sure, but what a game, man. You gotta win this game as Mullins comes to the plate right now as we're 2 outs bottom of the ninth right now. Standing ovation from the crowd. A little interesting. You saw his introductory press conference today. Didn't seem all that happy to be a New York Met, but maybe it's because he spent his entire career as a Baltimore Oriole. But he comes in batting left-handed, standing ovation against Walker. The first pitch is well inside. Let's see. Maybe he gets on base. We all know he has multiple seasons of 30 stolen bases. This year, he's having a down year, 229, 15 home runs with a 738 OPS, which blows away Tyrone Taylor. And that's who he's here to replace as he pops it up into the infield. Going to be an easy out. The third base it away as we head to extra innings. But the Mets, no hit through the first 3 innings. Guys were 0 for 8 at one point, and then Nimmo got the walk. Lindor eventually got the hit, but they definitely been struggling to say the latest. But appreciate you guys being in here. If you're enjoying the content, really quickly during this break, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I'll interact with you guys during the game as we're getting up. I believe he might be doing a space right now, but things are looking up. There's a tomorrow. Super exciting for me. Anybody who follows me over on X knows I posted a couple, especially since it kills my in-laws. Beautiful weather out there today. I was contemplating going tonight. Still, we'll end up heading out there tomorrow. But he's only care about Philly. But the Brewers are stomping out the Nationals 16 for the Yankees. I guess the Phillies, no way the Phillies are off on Friday. They must have played earlier. They beat the Tigers 5-4. I believe that was a Wheeler Skubal matchup. Am I correct? No, that must be tomorrow. Going to be a hell of a matchup, to say the least, as the Giants get ready to come in. Let's see what we got going on here. So they're bringing in Diaz in the top of the 10th. Good to see Helsley get his feet wet with the New York Mets. So I'm very excited. Clearly, he is jacked. I don't think he typically throws 101 miles an hour consistently, to say the least. Mullins takes over. You got the free runner at second base. Diaz sets and throws right by 97 miles an hour. It's funny how much slower 97 miles an hour seems. But Chapman in his career, 0 for 9 against Edwin Diaz, which either means you can't hit him or he's due. Here we go from Diaz to 0-1 outside. Very confident Diaz. It's funny, the Yankee fans and Met fans, but we've been going back and forth on X all day long. Yankees think they had the better pen. I think they're absolutely nuts when it comes to that. It's the 1-1 slider away, swung and missed. 1-2 to Chapman. I think it's clear as day in my opinion. And it ain't even close. And let's be honest, there's really no point in comparing them either. Different leagues, a lot of different things. It doesn't even matter. The American League is terrible as the 1-2 from Diaz up and in almost drills Chapman 98. That 2-seamer ran in on him, taking it to 2-2. I know you guys are probably a little bit ahead of me, obviously, because X and YouTube and Facebook where we're streaming, it's always behind. Just is what it is. The 2-2, Chapman fouls it off. See what we got going on here. Yeah, I'm loving the chatter between them. 2-2, well outside at 98. Edwin Diaz cannot afford to lose him here. Let's be real. Cannot lose him, period. Point blank, period. Let me know if any of you guys are going to the games this weekend. Advances the runner. Lindor throws Chapman out at first. I'm wondering now if you walk to set up the double play, something they must entertain. What's going on, Streaky? Why do you my anxious but electric? Yeah. Goes to show you he could perform in the big spot as there's a mound visit. See Lindor get off the schneid. 2 months. It's not a small. Oh, damn. I just seen it right there. Fastball away, base hit right up the middle. Ronnie's like, it gets dewy at night on top of those bases. 3-2 to Schmidt, well outside. Diaz, man. Diaz kills us. Damn. Damn. Who do we? I believe we have the top of the lineup coming up early on in the 10th. Because I assume Mullins, let's see what we got here. Yeah. So you're going to have the top of your lineup. And Mullins going to be on second base. He's going to be your runner. But Diaz has got to hold him to 1 here, my gosh. Needs to hold him to 1, max. Well, he's pretty good at putting bat to ball here, too. Yep. A double down the right field line early on. That was a well-struck ball as well. It's going to be tough. Diaz 0-1. Lee crushes it, but right at Soto. Grabs it and throws it in. Is going to hold the runner. Got lucky there, folks. To say the least, but he struck the ball hard a couple of times. I believe his average is really down there. If I remember correctly. Well, let's take a look at the top of this lineup before the 8th inning. I mean, Soto gets the big hit. He was 0 for 2. Lindor was 0 for 3. Nimmo's still 0 for 3, but had the walk. Alonso 1 for 3, had the big sack fly. He's got the 2 RBIs on the day. Starling Marte's 0 for 3. Vientos 1 for 3 with the single we all saw. Beatty 0 for 1. McNeil 1 for 3. Terrens 1 for 4. As Diaz deals, that was on the inside corner for a strike at 99. Nobody's touching that. Once again, Tyron Taylor 0 for 3. Brutal, man. Peterson fought. Peterson clearly didn't have his A game today. The 0-1 from Diaz right down the middle at 99. Big out for Diaz here. Let's see what we get here. And the 0-2, strike 3. Top of the lineup coming up. Time for the boys to shine. The Giants have 10 hits and only 4 runs, including the ghost runner. So do you even give them that? Peterson battled. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Because it's the ghost runner, for anybody who doesn't know, that does not get charged to Diaz. But you're looking at Helsley, the 3 strikeouts, gave up the 2 hits. Rico Garcia continues to be lights out. He's a really interesting name as we are in a commercial right now. You look at his game log with the Mets, including tonight. Let me pull this up. Including tonight with the New York Mets, Garcia's got 11 2/3, and he has yet to give up a run, I believe, since he's been back. His ERA is 0.84 coming into today. A guy who we all thought was just going to kind of be like left on the schneid, get DFA, got picked up by the Yankees, DFA'd again. But it turns out not. John, bullpen did the job. for the most part. Yeah, you're right. You wish Diaz would have held right there. He didn't, but they're going to be bringing in Rodriguez. Let's be real. They'd be bringing in Tyler Rogers probably, but we got him from them. Let's see. Randy Rodriguez. He's the one coming in. Unbelievable whip. Wow. 44 games, 45 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts with a .84 whip. That is crazy. Here you go. The 45 innings pitch, 1.2 ERA, 40 scoreless outings out of 44 appearances, but only 1 for 3 in save situations, which makes me think maybe, just maybe, he ain't as clutch as we all think he is. As my co-host Dan Bartels joins me. Dan, we got the top of the lineup coming up right now. Brandon Nimmo, let's see what we got going on here, man.
Speaking of clutch, Ray, Captain Clutch coming in. Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's see the 0-0 from Rodriguez.
Yes.
Hi.
Discuss.
What's up, Goomba? Let's see what we got here. The 1-0 from Rodriguez to Nimmo. Nimmo swings at a ball, and now it's 1-1. What do you think of Helsley's outing? The 3 strikeouts. Up and down a little bit, but man. We always say, Dan, there's a Stanek throws 100, but it's straight.
Can't leave those off speeds over the plate. That's number one. It doesn't really matter if you don't win this game, guys. So I need everybody to lock in here. We need this. That's what's up. I would have done it reverse and had Diaz for the 10th potentially, but you can't think like that.
Right.
Oh man.
Why is it such a what are we doing here, folks?
Happy we didn't go to this game, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, all right, here we go. The 1-1 from Rodriguez. And Nimmo pops it up on the infield. The story of the. Or watch him hit a home run. Doors behind on every fastball right now, and he's throwing hard.
Well.
Oh, he drills him.
Yep. Can't spoil this tonight, right? So we're just going to go back 10 seconds, and I'm watching Soto come up to the plate as we speak. Sunday, they're doing the recap.
Yeah, I'm all the way close.
Yep. Look.
This could be Juan Soto's big
This could be his moment.
Damn, Soto looks good in the black jersey, huh?
Could say that again, bro. Definitely.
Get one of those bad boys.
Might have to. Whoa.
Easy, Danny boy. I'm a little behind.
Another 10 seconds. Whoa. There we go.
First pitch. Oh, geez. Rodriguez is pumped up right now. 1 10-second button. Just hit it for me, Dan.
Yeah. They're showing him right now, the pitcher looking in.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Nodding. Come on, Soto. This is why they pay you the big bucks. This is why you're the biggest contract in sports history. Moments like this, got to deliver.
That's what you're being paid for. The highest paid player in the history of the game. Oh, Soto pops it up to short right.
I need a drink. I'm sorry. This is brutal.
Dude, look at Soto. He's swinging as hard as he can, which he never did last year. He's done that all year this year. I don't get that. You make contact, you tie the game. If you hit it out, yeah, you win it, but a double in the gap wins it as well.
It's aggravating. It really is.
0-0 to Pete. Up and in.
We need Pete. Hey, let's see it again.
He's have to.
He tried to frame it.
That's outside. 2-0.
Got Mauricio Lumen and Ray. What did I tell you? That's the protection to Pete right there.
Yeah, we talked. When we remade the lineups, that's who I had behind them.
Yeah.
The 2-0 from Rodriguez and the pitch.
This
Pete
team's
swings
pressing.
and misses at a
This team's pressing.
slider on the inner half. That was kind of a bit of a hanger right
What kind of
there.
swing is that?
That is, I'm geared up for the fastball. And whoop,
Right.
that's the yes, yes, no, but it's too late. And the 2-1 from Rodriguez outside. Here we go. 3-1. Take your pitch, Pete.
Great Yogi Berra. It ain't over till it's over.
Damn, it's just so frustrating. Like, come on, Soto. You're hitting in the 100s.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break, Blue.
Bro, it's every game.
That's brutal. Give me the ABS right now.
That missed by a lot.
Holy crap. Makeup call had to be.
For what?
I think the first one he might have missed a little bit. And slider, did he go? No, he did not.
Yo, I was waiting for the ring up, and Pete probably would have lost it. That umpire just saved the bat's life right there. That thing was getting
if that
broken
punched
in half.
Pete out, he might not make it home, man. That's the oh, Mauricio, come on.
Mauricio likes the fastball, man. That's how he got up here.
Little Jimmy, let's see it. We need positivity in the chat, guys. Come on, let's go.
The yellow arm sleeve looks awful. Somebody's got to tell them that. They don't have a blue one or an orange one?
Well, Cespedes used to do that, right? With the parakeet.
Yeah, but Cespedes at least was vibrant. Like, come on, what the hell? That's the most dull yellow I've ever seen in my life.
Right. Yeah, Lindor's got like the orange one, and you're fine with that. It's the yellow. Yeah, it's a little weird. All right, bases loaded, guys. Bottom 10th, 2 outs.
I'm not even looking at the chat right now because I know they're a little ahead.
Mets down by 1.
Come on, little hit. A single might win it.
It's Mullins' arm sleeve. My bad. Yeah, single wins it. Absolutely. Lindor scores from second.
All right. Rodriguez sets the 0-0. Well outside. Hell, I'll take a walk. I'll take a walk right now, Dan.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It has to be perfect here, Mauricio, and you got to take till you see one because he's throwing everywhere. Yeah, he took one there. That's the way to do it. No, you're not going to go up there free swinging. No way.
I feel like Rodriguez overthrown a little right now.
Let Soto free swing. Let Alonso free swing.
Get ready because he's been a little wild. Maybe you get a pass ball here. 1-1. Ooh, that's right on. That's a dot on the inside corner.
Mets down to their final strike here in Queens. $40,000 strong on their feet.
It's either going to be a really long ride home or very short because you're full of excitement.
Mm-hmm. The 1-2 to Mauricio. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the ball game is over, and the Mets lose a heartbreaker, an absolute heartbreaker here in Queens to the
Damn, I'm glad we decided not to go.
Oh man, what a devastating loss. Bro, I don't even know where to start, Ray. Honestly,
I'll start. How about the 1 through 3 doesn't decide to start hitting until the 8th inning? Look, I understand Robbie Ray's pretty damn good, but it's the second time you're facing him in like a week. You can't, and there's nothing. They're not even battling at this point. It's like this team. For some, you know what we spoke about, Dan? We spoke about this all season long. This team waits into the 8th inning to say, oh, we're playing baseball. Whoops. The game started. It's happened the entire season. Soto, right there was your big moment. You passed it up. Pete, right there's a big moment. He had the big home run. You're going to fault him for it. What are you going to do? But it's like, bro, Juan Soto was brought in here to be our Aaron Judge, our Bryce Harper, our Fernando Tatis, our Ohtani, and he's been everything but. Right now, the stats look good, but I'd rather you be terrible in everything, but hit 400 with runners in scoring position. He's amongst the league's worst. And you saw it there, Dan. He's literally swinging as hard as he can when a base hit ties it. A double in the gap wins it. Lindor's on first. There's a lot of speed on there. It's very frustrating. And again, just this team cannot hit with runners in scoring position. Right there, 0 for 3, runners in scoring position. A base hit ties it. Brandon Nimmo gets a fastball right down the middle, a little pop fly. You know, it's not like we haven't been facing guys throwing 97, 98. You've been facing that all day. The last 2 weeks, we've been facing flamethrower after flamethrower. The bullpen did its job. And you can't even fault Peterson. He battled his ass off today. But at the end of the day, the bats, once again, we're singing the same old song and dance that we've been since April. We just got very lucky that our pitching carried this team late March through April, through May, and into mid-June. But ever since then, it's like, now we've lost 4 in a row. How does that 3-game sweep feel now? How does a 7 in a row feel now? You went from 7-0 to now 7-4 in your last 11. I mean, Peterson's your ace right now. He's arguably your best pitcher that's going to take you the furthest. You got to win these games. The Giants just sold off their whole freaking team, and we can't score. It's just very frustrating, Dan. Your take?
It's nights like this that remind you nothing is safe. You know, no lead is safe. No win streak is going to be consistent throughout the year. I love the new additions. I'll bring the positives in briefly. I mean, Helsley tonight looked electric. Love what I saw out of him. Wish we got to see Rogers tonight. We did not. Diaz, not really good at all. Unfortunate. And you know, it could be better. It really goes down to the offense, though. I mean, this team can't hit with runners in scoring position, as you said. They were 4 for 25 the last time they played San Fran in San Fran, and they swept San Fran. So it was weird. Like, I don't understand where the difference is. And I thought Mullins would be an impact at the end of the game, hopefully maybe with him starting now, because he's going to be the starter from now on. Don't get it twisted. Tyrone Taylor left 3 runners on base today.
It makes no. Why isn't he playing today?
Yeah, that's weird. I think he just got in late, and you know.
I don't want to hear that, man.
You know,
get a day off yesterday.
It's not good, right? We can't keep excusing this team. You know,
that's what it is. Yeah. Think about this. Ready? Juan Soto in 2025, 288 with runners in scoring position. He is now hitting 245 with runners in scoring position. Over 40 points lower this entire year. And I don't want to hear Aaron Judge isn't behind him. I don't know what it is, Dan. He just can't hit with runners in scoring position. And he's supposed to be the most clutch guy ever. It's infuriating. It really is. And you look, the Giants had 10 hits today and only scored 4 runs with the ghost runner. So really don't even count that. So the pitching battled. And I know a lot of people are like getting on Diaz right now, especially in the chats, but I'm like, I don't. It's the ghost runner. For me, the goal is hold them to 1 or less. Obviously, you want to get 0, but 1 or less. You have Cedric Mullins, one of the faster guys on the team, on second to start the bottom of the 10th. And think about it. Soto, Alonso, and Nimmo can't get the ball out of the infield. I mean, it's ridiculous. Something happens to these guys in the clutch all of a sudden, and it wasn't like this last year. The most highly pressured situations, Juan Soto showed off what he could do. I don't know what's going on, Dan. It's very infuriating. Very infuriating. But guys, if you're watching this right now, be sure to give us a thumbs up. We'll get to some of your guys' comments right now. I'm not going to go all the way back to the beginning of the stream. But I see some of you guys in there. El Jefe, Goomba, appreciate you guys chiming in. Tony, all you guys out there in the chat. Daniel, appreciate you. John, of course.
Thank you guys for being here.
Are they ever going to, Dan, let me ask you this. Are they ever going to change the top of this lineup? Or we're just going to run this out there and smack our head into a wall and pray to God at game 50 it's going to change?
I don't even know what you could do. I mean, I love Nimmo at the top of this order. I don't think that should change. You can make the case for moving Lindor back there. You can make the case for even batting a Cedric Mullins up there at this point. But again, it's a lot of uncertainties, right? Pete Alonso, what are you going to do with him? I mean, do you move him up to 3 again? Do you move Soto up to 2 again? I don't really know. And I think, again, by the Mets pinch hitting for Marte with Mauricio as the 5-hole hitter, I think that's one of the changes they are going to make. Mauricio should be the 5-hole hitter of this team. Put a switch hitter, dynamic guy right in the middle of the lineup. Jeff McNeil continues to hit. You can make the case he could move up in this lineup, or you could move him down in this lineup and have it more spread out. But at this point, something needs to change and something needs to happen. And it has to happen fast because the Phillies won tonight. They came back and won, scored all their runs in the 7th inning or later. The Mets couldn't score anything. So it is frustrating and it is concerning for a team that, again, I say it till I'm blue in the face, World Series aspirations, but on a night like this, could have fooled me.
You could have upgraded the pen all you want. It doesn't matter if you can't hit. It's something we haven't done in forever.
Right.
It's literally forever. You look at this. Jason puts it perfectly. Pete is playing like he did last year. For real, he wants big money. He has to earn it. Pete Alonso was an MVP the first 2 months. Since then, he's not. I know he had the big hit tonight, but in aggregate, he hasn't been the same player in a long time. And we keep saying, think about it. We're cheering. Lindor finally got a hit. He's 1 for 4 again today at the top of the lineup. He's 1 for 4. Nimmo goes 0 for 4 and a walk. Juan Soto 1 for 4. So you total everything. You have 4, 8, 12, 15. So your top 4 is 3 for 15 on the night. Your top 5 is 3 for 19. Your top 6 is 4 for 22. That's under 200. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Robbie Ray came in with a 3 ERA. It's not like he's Tyreek Skubal out there. You can't scratch one. Just going through the motions, man. It's very, and I'm trying not to overreact. Everyone's going to say, well, it's one game. But it's been that consistent pattern. This is the year you add Juan Soto to a team that was within 2 games of a World Series last year. And Juan Soto, yeah, his numbers are pretty good, but I feel like he's become the all-or-nothing player. He either walks, gets a base hit, or he hits a home run. That's it. There's no doubles. There's no like long at-bats, looking for the walk way too much in RBI situations, and then swinging for the fence when there's guys on base. Hitting below, being paid the highest paid player in the history of baseball and hitting well below 250 with runners in scoring position when you're almost a career 290 hitter, that is not okay. It's just not. And I don't want to hear change of scenery, change of team, the locker room and his teammates. His mom wanted him to be a Met. He wanted to be. I don't want to hear all that. You're a grown man. You made the decision. Time to put up or shut up. That's what it is. And I'll give him the Frank the Tank put up or shut up.
The next season is over.
I will always laugh at that. Put up or shut up. I'm tired of hearing how great Juan Soto is in the clutch. I don't want to wait till October for him to start hitting with runners in scoring position. Dan, he got so lucky late in the game. That was a ground ball double play that the pitcher kicks. That's another. He'd be hitting 240 with runners in scoring position. It's always a ground ball. I feel like let me ask you this. When's the last time you, as a Met fan who's watching this right now, saw Juan Soto hit a double down the left field line? It's a ground. Everything's a hard ground ball to the right side, or he tries to hit it into the upper deck. Sometimes he hits it to left center, but it's really center, a little bit left of center. But Juan Soto is always known for going the opposite way. You can't pitch him away like everybody wants to pitch him because he's willing to take the ball the opposite way. Where is that guy? You're taking 100 miles an hour on the outside corner because you don't want to go the other way. Teams have figured it out, Dan. You pitch him hard and inside off the plate, and then you just go away, away, away because he's going to roll it over. That's what he did against Joey Lucchesi right there. Just got very fortunate. It was a slow ground ball, and Lucchese's foot comes down and kicks the ball. Otherwise, it's a double play, and we're never going to extras.
Well said, Ray.
I know. It sounds like a tyrant. Sounds like a rant, but
speaking the truth, brother. I don't know how else to put it, guys. Like, again, like this team needs to start hitting. And I think, again, I'm not saying and it hasn't been said already. This team is pressing. These swings are awful. The approach is not good. The mentality is weak. And something needs to change. And it's getting to the point where potentially you start looking at, potential coaches maybe having a change. And again, it's getting to that point. But right now, again, it's just one game. Mets still well over 500. This is a very good team.
But it's a stretch run.
They're not playing.
It's a stretch. And here's the thing. Everyone keeps pointing to that 7-0. You just pointed it out. We were mashing teams during the 7-0. The Giants, we barely hit at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're terrible. And look, Kev puts it out there. Kev, they did. Too streaky to go all in. That's why I didn't want to go all in. And then you follow it up with Papa. Why did Stearns get a bat that can hit lefties? He did. Cedric Mullins has an 866 OPS on the season against lefties, and he's not in there. Let's go to Tyron Taylor, who's hitting 200 on the season. Here, let me pull up Cedric Mullins' splits on the year against lefties. 84 at-bats, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 13 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 84 at-bats. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. 298 average, 390 on base percentage, 866 OPS. But he got in late. How many games are we just going to punt? I'm done punting. The Phillies got way better at the deadline. They added what they needed to add. I argue we should have added a bigger bat. And I also argue this. And I know it didn't rear its ugly head today, but the Mets are still playing musical chairs at third base. Nothing has changed. You thought the deadline would change the direction of this team. It clearly hasn't. Mark Vientos is starting at third base still, and the guy can't field. Drives me nuts.
It's not good. The mentality, again, it's weak. That's it. Where's the Stones? Where's the Mendoza that goes out there and says, all right, I'm tired of the noise. I've heard enough of it, because the noise is just going to keep getting louder. It's not us.
Yep.
We're just the little talking heads on a little podcast that people probably don't care about half the time. We care about it, obviously. But, in the grand scheme of things, the Mets are the Mets. They're going to play the games. We have no effect on the outcome. But at the end of the day, the noise is growing. And you're just putting guys in situations that really are not supposed to be in these situations. I like what they did with Stanek today. 2-0 game in the 7th, low leverage. Mets are losing. All right, put Stanek in, sure. But even he looked rough.
But even there, think about this. You got a bunch of new toys. 2-0 is not insurmountable. Why wouldn't you go to Rogers there? Isn't that why you brought him in?
Right.
You want to keep it close? Stanek could give up a run or two, and then the game's over. Eli writes this. Good. We swept the Giants 2 weeks ago, and to think we lost tonight, it's ridiculous. It was a bad loss. It would have been a great win. I just don't understand why this team can't score more than 3 runs. Like, early on, this game is 2-0. You think this game's over. You actually get that feeling. I didn't get that feeling in 2015. I didn't get that feeling in 06. Hell, even, 05. Certain teams, like with Cespedes, you almost feel like, oh, we're down 2-0. That's nothing. It's not insurmountable. But when your team's not hitting, it might as well be 15-0. Sometimes you just get that feeling. I'm sitting there early. I'm like, we're down already. It's going to be tough. Bobby writes, bat's still not good enough. And nothing's going to change. They're not bringing up Carson Bench. They're not bringing up Jet Williams. It's just not happening. Alexis says, this loss would have felt worse if we hadn't tied the game.
Right.
I agree. I'd rather see Acuna than Taylor. I agree, Kev. Taylor doesn't have options. Taylor's, in my opinion, great defender. He's not a major leaguer. At least a major leaguer on a World Series aspiring team. That's how I look at that. Let's see.
Beatty and Vientos are too streaky. I know Vientos had the nice hit tonight or whatever, but again, like when he got taken out of the game, you could see a visible frustration on Vientos' face. That's not a team player.
Dan. Oh my God. You ready for this? Between today and the month of July, Taylor goes 0 for 3, which means he's got 51 at-bats. Guess how many hits he's got in 51 at-bats between all of July and today? 5. He is hitting .99, not even 100 in the last 30-plus games. Think about that. His OPS, Dan, ready for this? His OPS is below 300.
Oh.
3. You heard that right. That might be a record. That might just be a record.
It's brutal. Killing me here.
I'm trying to look at it now. That might be a record. How many teams have? Let's see how many games he played in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games. Last 17 games, he's hitting .99.
Oh.
In the month of June, 179. So if you're combining these months, he's got 9 hits. Oh my gosh. How many games did I just say? 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 17. So roughly 40 games. He's got 9 hits. 9. The guy's hitting 150 over the last 40 games, and this team continues to start him. Yeah, let's send down Luis Angel Acuna because Tyrone Taylor can catch a pop fly and get to a ball in the gap. That's a World Series team to you? You guys in the chat, let me know. That's a World Series team to you? And they made no bones about it. Listen carefully to David Stearns. I put the players out. We let Mendy handle that. That was very subtle what he said in his last press conference. It must have been a week ago. He said, Mendy handles the lineups. I almost feel like that was like a gut check. Like, you better make it work. You're telling me Mendy's not marching into Stearns' office and saying, dude, I know you don't want to start the clock on Jet Williams, but my center fielder right now is hitting .99 over his last 17 games. 5 hits, 17 games. It's crazy.
I want to defend Taylor real quick because I get it. I do. He is not hitting, and he's shown no signs of really being able to hit at the big league level consistency. I think we all agree on that. But having his glove is very, very important. And I think having him on this team for that purpose of being a fourth outfielder. What have we said all year long? This guy is a perfect fourth outfielder. You bring in Cedric Mullins.
Fifth.
This should be the end of the conversation. Taylor's not starting another game probably for a very long time.
I'm not sold on that.
Maybe never again. I get it because of Mendy and everything, but they love the splits. They love the matchups. I understand the analytical world we live in, but you got to ride it out with Mullins. We'll see if they do. But again, who knows what Mullins is going to give you? Who knows what this team is going to give you? We're not giving up on the season. Not even close. This season is far from over. And
Nobody's doing that, but it's like, Dan,
nights like this.
What is it? What is it when you do the same thing over and over, expect different results?
Insanity.
Running out there tomorrow, Tyron Taylor has a under 10% chance to hit a base hit. That's an issue. I want to get to one of our friends of the show, Lisa G. Shout out to Lisa G. Loyal season ticket holder of the Mets, good friend of the platform. Terrible. They look absolutely awful, completely inconsistent. That's what this team is.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Guys, if you want to be guaranteed to get your comments read live on stream, as we are flooded with them from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, X, head on over to YouTube, become a member, guaranteed to get your comments read live on stream and hang out with our guests. I know Nelson had something. I was talking with him earlier today. Something popped up with one of his something with his family last night. That's why he didn't make the stream. He offered to come on tonight, but I said no because I was planning on going to the game with Dan. Things didn't work out. I'm still a little under the weather, and Dan was a little under the weather. And tomorrow there's a good chance I'll be at the game. But Nelson will probably be on early next week at some point. Maybe on a postgame I'll have him on. But then he might not ever come on again if I go off on one of my tirades. So got to be careful when we bring him on. $100 million YouTube user, $100 million in a 1-for-4. It's pathetic. Through 1 through 4. Sorry, my friend, you're wrong. Juan Soto's on the books this year for $125 million. Hitting 243 with runners in scoring position. Glenn says, you guys do this all the time. Yeah, but I want to win a World Series. And that's our jobs. That's our money on this team. Believe me. Too. I'll be there tomorrow. When I go with my friends and family, I'm always one buying the tickets, buying the parking. Lisa will tell you. You got to wear your heart on your sleeve here. Only way to be your true, authentic self. That's how I always put it. See, let's get to a couple more comments. Ray, what's going on? I see you in the Vincent, Kylie's dad, Richard, Rich boy. Giants coming to sweep this pathetic team. Let's hope not. Chad, Kevin, Token, what's going on? Token. They've been taking poor at-bats early and wait till the end. I agree. When swing at the first pitch, Dan, or Juan Soto, if you look, MLB hits like crazy when swinging at first pitch. That's why a lot of teams do it. Juan Soto is amongst the league's worst when swinging at the first pitch, yet he just continues to do it. You would think that stats in front of him. I love Juan Soto, not saying that. Randy, I'm not saying it's going to be Mendoza. I don't think it's going to stand up for much longer. I just don't. More of these. And you guys have some strange comments. I will say that. Somebody's talking about selling their car.
Positive side, always, in anything you do in life. A test, I think I did good on that test. Loss, clearly an unbelievable loss that they should not have had to endure. But at the same time, you wake up tomorrow, you still look to win this series, you still look to bounce back, and hopefully the Mets will. Hopefully the pitching,
we know who's pitching tomorrow?
Awesome. Hell's Bells gave you the chills, the goosebumps on your arm. You get that kind of feeling, but yeah, this game was a tough one that the Mets let get away, and hopefully this won't happen again, but it probably will. So it's all right. It's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season, and, we'll be back, and we can't wait for more.
Tomorrow's a 4:10 start. Place will be rocking. Alvarez bobblehead giveaway.
Yeah.
Game 2.
This team has to hit. The bottom line. This team has to hit. The pitching, I think the pitching is pretty much solved. Like, not to the point where it's going to be locked down all 9 innings, but yes, this team is a lot better in the bullpen. It's really, this team needs to get that clutch hit. They have to.
I know we keep saying this. Is this the Juan Soto moment? We
Right.
keep saying it. Is this the Juan Soto moment? I'm tired of saying that.
Maybe it's the World Series. Maybe it's to get you to the playoffs. Maybe, it's one of those. We have to wait and see, but
let's hope. 4:10 start tomorrow, guys. Place will be rocking. I'm sure it's going to be a sellout with the bobbleheads. We'll be here for all your post-game coverage. As long as I'm not at the game, I don't know. There's a good chance I'm going, taking my daughter to the game. Maybe Dan will be with you guys. Not totally sure, but we'll get to it at some point. As always, guys,
let's
go Mets.
Let's go.
Let's just get a freaking win. Peace.
Stay positive.